Hello everyone, Daniel here again, and today I want to talk about the new improvements and new features of my GM extension for Fantasy Grounds and Pathfinder 2nd Edition. So let's quickly get to them. Let me present here for you guys. So the first one, it's a quick and dirty solution for hero points, right? So usually the way I play, I begin each one of my sessions awarding, starting the session with 1 hero point, and I award 1 extra hero point per hour of play. So sometimes it could be awkward to go and manually do those things. So now if you come to the party sheet, you can, at the beginning of the session, just zero out all of the hero points. This will go to each one of the characters that are added to the party sheet, 0 hit points. And then you can just give 1 at the beginning of a session. Then people will play. Sometimes they will use some of them, right? Sometimes they will hoard them. But the thing is, after 1 hour of play, I just give everyone, it logs here who received those. And now Kaldur has 1, Delgas has 2. Very easy and straightforward. The other one is a little bit more complex, so we'll spend some time doing it. One of the things that I do in my campaigns, either playing adventure paths or custom adventures, I will always add custom encounters to fit my story or the side quests of my characters. So one thing that I usually did was to use external tools from Fantasy Grounds to produce stat blocks for those custom encounters, which can be time consuming, and you have to use the parser, which is not always good. So what I did is to add a helper that will help to build a base stat block for your custom NPC or monster, and then you can easily use it to build encounters using the other tools that I offer. So if I added this new button here on the bestiary, right? You just open the bestiary here and you can create a new entry of creature. This will bring this window here. So to create a new NPC, you have to select the target level. This is one of the most important things, right? This will pretty much ground all of the attributes, plus a rank for each one of the characteristics. The ranks are none, extreme, high, moderate, low, or terrible. Not all of those values have all of those ranks, and this is all based on the Gamemastery guide material to create your custom characters. Currently, it doesn't support the creation of hazards and traps, but this is something that I want to add in the future. I also added traits. This also helps a lot to devise your simple creatures, right? It also added the templates for those. So let's imagine that we will build a Fae, like a very low level, like a level -1 Fae for, well, I think we have some of those. So let's do like level 2 Fae that can sneak the parties in this forest. So I'm gonna want someone with a high perception, high dexterity, maybe high charisma. Everything else could be a moderate value. Maybe we can say like it's a pretty weak creature, so we can do low strength and low constitution with a moderate AC. So it's a fast creature, so I'm gonna say it's a high reflex with moderate fortitudes and will, moderate amount of HP. We could also even do low, right? Like to be compatible with the weak aspect here. Moderate attacks, moderate damage. Uh, will it use some spells? I guess some enchantment spells I think apply here. So moderate level spells with some area damage. I'll just make it available so you see how this works with a trait, with a fate trait. So when we press this create NPC button, it will create a new entry of a new level 2 Fae. This is a template, right? The expectation is for you to now come here and add the details. So we can say that this is the forest Fae. Not going to be creative with names here. We can say it's an uncommon creature. It already added low light vision. Here we double check languages. I think Common, Sylvan, and Aklo will make sense here. For skills, already add general numbers for each skills that you want to add. In this case, I really want to make a super sneaky creature, so I'm going to give it extreme stealth and a high deception. I wouldn't even bother about any other skills, but if you want to use the templates, you know that any moderate skill will be a +7, any low will be a 4 or 5. I'm just going to remove those. Attributes are ready. In terms of items, I could add any level 0 item to this creature with no problem. I'm not going to add any particular item. Saves, AC, HP. The HP is rolled randomly based on the range expected by that rank and that level, right? So it could be 21 to 25. Since it's already a pretty low number, I'm going to put this to the end of the spectrum. We can remove this. This is the expected weaknesses. You will have weakness to Code Iron. I'd say 3, which is between the range. No particular resistance. The attacks, you can just rename to say like a short sword or something. The damage is ready. Any ranged attacks, you could say a longbow or a tiny longbow for this sort of creatures. Any spells, I would imagine it will be maybe primal spells. This is also a template for you to quickly add it, right? So let's add some primal spontaneous spells here. This is just as a reminder, right? So you know the DC is going to be a 15 with an attack +7. Right now, it's not populating the spells tab. This is something I want to add in the future as well to already add slots and all the info there. Currently, it's not being populated. If you remember the area damage here, so it did create some templates for area damage. Even with automation. So this will work as is, as a basic reflex save on the basic damage for that level with a DC for that level as well. And of course, you can edit this to make it a little bit more appropriate. For example, it could have like a limited use. We can remove the unlimited one. So we could have like once per battle or once per 10 minutes. Right? It could do, I don't know, poison damage. So it's going to be a basic reflex save for 3d6 poison damage. The only thing that we have to fix here is adding the damage type here. Of course, if you want to change the reflex, you can easily change this for like a fortitude save. Then you have to also fix the automation. Fix that to fortitude. All right. Now we can see that we have the creature ready. We could add to a fight. So the damage is untyped. I forgot to add the type of the damage. I think it's defaulting to pierce for some reason. But we could we will want to change this to a type. So now we have a type damage here. And we can easily ask for a fortitude save, or roll that poison damage into the group easily. Already with the save, already with automation, everything is ready here. You can just drop to the combat tracker and have your fight. So I hope this is useful. Because it was a lot of work, I'm increasing the price of my my extension to 300 points. Of course, if you already bought it before at 200, you're gonna get this update for free. And I do expect to keep adding other additional functionalities. If you want to suggest anything that you need to prep to make it a little bit easier to prep your game, feel free to drop a comment on the Fantasy Grounds forum. Thank you so much. I'm Daniel. See you next time.